I'm Barbara Nevins Taylor with ConsumerMojo Mortgage Minutes. Unemployment and the housing crash put many homeowners in trouble. They want and need to sell their homes, and that's an opportunity for buyers. Short sales and foreclosures can work to your advantage.
And never a time in American history has there been better deals than now.
So how do you find a property before the bank forecloses?
One way is by asking around. Once again, your neighbors. They've been inside, they know it, they know what's going on, and they're there, and they have the most knowledge. Information is power, information is money, and information finds you your dream home.
You can also check the county courthouse and the clerk's office for a record of legal action.
Every time a bank sues to take someone's property in foreclosure, they're going to file a notice called a notice of pendency or a lis pendens.
That's a notice of default. It's usually sent 30 to 45 days after a homeowner misses payments. Some counties post everything online. Others list foreclosures in the newspapers, and the newspapers post online. Companies like Property Shark and Realty Track list foreclosures, but you have to pay for the information. Now, if you find a home with the homeowner still in possession, you might knock on the door.
And you're going to start with, "Hi, how are you? I'm looking to buy a home for my family, and I understand you may be selling." You stop there and you let them speak.
If the homeowner is willing to talk, you might suggest a short sale. That means you have to pay less than what the homeowner owes the bank. The homeowner might agree because a short sale is less damaging to their credit rating than a foreclosure.
Banks are going to be the ones that say, yes, I'll be more than happy to sell Mrs. Jones this home for $150,000 when the mortgage outstanding is $200,000.
But first negotiate with the homeowner, set a price, and if you succeed, call your attorney.
You want to have a contract with the seller saying if they can sell and they can get to this number, they have to sell it to you.
The caution there is that banks may or may not be willing to negotiate as freely as the buyer might think, and that takes time.
Beyond the short sale, you can find foreclosures listed on HUD's website. HUD gets the property after a homeowner who has an FHA-insured loan defaults. Banks also list foreclosed properties that they've taken back on their websites. You might check Chase REO, short for Real Estate Owned, Bank of America REO, Wells Fargo REO, or City REO, and look for property in your area.
I love the bank-owned properties because I don't have to worry about what mortgage you're buying or what liens. You know that the house is clean.
A lien is placed on the property if the homeowner owes someone money, say a plumber or a roofer, or there's another mortgage or loan outstanding.
Customer really needs to know, is the title free and clear of any other liens or encumbrances prior to them taking that home on?
So a title search through a professional company is critical before you buy a foreclosure.
The last thing you want to have happen is you buy a foreclosure 6 months into your new home, you get a knock on the door, a letter in the mail says, wait a minute, you're in my house. I have title before you do.
It's also important to try to get a home inspection.
A home inspection will talk about the integrity of the house, the structural integrity, the electricity, the capacity, the water, the pressure of the water.
This may be impossible if you're buying at auction. County sheriffs run foreclosure auctions regularly, but buying at auction is tricky.
And you better know the market and what it should go for.
Real estate professionals and speculators compete at auctions.
It's a risky game. It's worth it if you know what you're doing.
Sheriffs usually list all the requirements for bidding on their websites, including the amount of cash you'll need to bring. Everything we talked about here is available in a downloadable PDF. Just click Short Sales, Foreclosures, Buyer's Advantage.